Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good Tuesday morning. I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Brandon Libby. We have a Storm Track 7 yellow alert day in effect for today and tomorrow. Today it's going to be more so the chance for severe storms, which could come in multiple rounds throughout this afternoon into tonight. And then, of course, once those clear early tomorrow morning, it's going to allow the heat and humidity to build up even more to some fairly dangerous levels. Let's talk about the storms first. A very active stretch on the way the next few days. Today, it's a level 2 out of 5 risk for most of our viewing area, just kind of cutting off that northern edge, but that's still a level 1 out of 5. Best chance for severe weather overall in the next 3 days, but as you go back into Wednesday evening and Wednesday night, it's a level 1 out of 5 across the area, maybe the slightly better chance for severe storms just off to our west. And then as the system departs for Thursday, you're still going to have the chance for some scattered storms, some of which could be strong, especially the further east you go. But all 3 days, at least some kind of strong storm or severe weather risk. There's a closer look at today, again, really covering most of Iowa. We're likely to have a couple different rounds popping up this afternoon and then again into tonight. If they don't develop overhead, they'll develop out to our west and northwest and then track in. Kind of hard to pinpoint where these will pop up with this kind of setup. But storms that do develop will likely have the potential for some damaging wind gusts and at times some significant damaging wind gusts over 70 miles per hour. There will be some times of large hail. Can't rule out an isolated tornado, but those are going to be secondary threats behind the damaging wind. Here's what tomorrow's looks like, and again, this is going to be for really late Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. Most of the severe storm chances out to our west, and then as they track in, most likely going to be on the strong side for us. And then into Thursday, that system will be pulling out, and so it's going to be the eastern half covered by that level 1 out of 5 risk. Here's future track as we go throughout this morning. Probably a couple hours of dry weather and partly cloudy skies. We're likely to have maybe some activity pushing back in. That's going to be some scattered showers, probably some non-severe storms, I would think, which actually helps to keep the temperature down a little bit, which obviously helps things. But as you go into the mid-afternoon, it's still going to be very warm. High temperatures mid to upper 80s. Dew points will be in the 70s, mid-70s in fact. There's a lot of instability, and if we can get any sort of lift, well, then some of these storms should be able to pop up pretty quickly. Obviously looking pretty intense there. And as they move to the southeast through the afternoon into the evening, likely growing into that line of storms that would give you that wind threat. That's kind of round 1 or round 2 because we did have some storms earlier this morning. But as you go into tonight, should be another good chance for storms moving into the viewing area. And again, anything that we see would have that wind threat with it. A lot of that will track out for Wednesday morning, and I think most of the day tomorrow will actually end up being dry with plenty of sunshine, but that will actually allow things to warm up even more. So dew points will get back into the mid and upper 70s for tomorrow. And then we'll see a slight amount of relief, not a lot though, because that's still very humid with dew points in the low 70s into the weekend. Meanwhile, you have temperatures that will climb into the 90s for tomorrow. So even though today is very warm and humid and feeling like about 95 to 100, tomorrow we're feeling around 105 degrees and in spots up to about 110. Likely to have some heat advisories for tomorrow. And just make sure you're drinking plenty of water, you're staying cool, stay out of the heat and the sun. And just remember, elderly, children, pets, all going to be impacted even more by the heat than healthy adults. Otherwise, as you go through the next few days after Wednesday, it's still going to be warm and humid, feeling like the mid to maybe at times upper 90s throughout the afternoon. Today, again, it's the storm chance. In between the storms, it's going to be partly cloudy skies, a little bit of haze, not a major impact on air quality, but high temperatures today, mid to upper 80s and very humid. Tonight, only down to the upper 60s and low 70s as the storm chances will continue, and they could be strong to severe. So that yellow alert day remains in effect. And then for tomorrow, it's more so about the heat and humidity that will peak for the foreseeable future. But the storm chances that you see there on Wednesday will be more so in the early morning and then again late in the day. Most of Wednesday should end up being dry. Thursday, the strong storms continue, a little scattered about across the area, and then temperatures will go down a little bit there, mid-80s Looking dry Friday through the weekend and into early next week, but high temperatures, and they're still right around the upper 80s to low 90s, so we can't escape that hot conditions or the hot temperatures here as you go into next week.